Hi everyone, I'm about to take you on a walk around of the little rig and all of the accessories that have been added and the cost of those accessories. Please forgive my squinty face as the sun is shining in very brightly here, and also please forgive the shaky camera footage as I walk around the car. Um, the purpose of this video is, I guess, for anyone that's looking at modifying their new Jimny. There's various things in here which I'm sure you've probably thought about getting. It lets you know how much it's going to cost and gives you a pretty good idea on budgeting to get some mods done yourself. So yeah, any questions, please leave them in the comments, and please subscribe guys, give it a like, and thank you for watching. G'day guys, so today I'm going to run through the Jimny and do up the pricing for everything that I've put on. One of the most common questions I get asked by people is how much such and such costs for the Jimny. So actually one of the subscribers gave me an idea to do a video of the costs, and I actually thought that's a pretty cool idea. I know it can be one of those things that people don't like to talk about, but I mean, I don't really care, and if people really want to do the research, they can find it all out themselves anyway. But I'm going to try and make it as quick as possible. I'll walk around and go through the costs of everything. I've tried to be as comprehensive as possible and go through basically everything I've spent. So let's get straight into it. I've got a little list here of everything, so I'll just be referring to that as I go along. So I'm going to start up on the roof. We have the roof rack from Front Runner. That was $1,540. The ladder that is around the back, so again, Front Runner ladder around here, that's $282. The little mounting hooks, these rings up on top, so 8 of those suckers, $128. The awning up the top, so the Darchie awning and sidewall, there's another $465. The Max Tracks up on top, $220. And the Bazooka water tank, which so many people ask about, up on top here. The Bazooka water tank, that's $650. And the kick-ass shower tent here, that one was $299. I've got my little recording camera up here for when I'm driving. Where are we? Zoom in on that. That's about $120 for the Thundercam. Now the big 40-inch light bar up on top there from KC Highlights. On the Front Runner brackets, that's $1,015. These KC Highlights 6-inch lights on front, they are $870. And the rear lights on the back of the rack, there's a couple of little lights up here. Those rear lights there, they're about $80 for those. The labour to install all the lighting, because I'm not too crash out with the wiring, $600 for everything. And then they put the factory switches inside for those, which is $105 for the switches. Okay, so the snorkel, probably again one of the most common things I get asked about. The snorkel made by Vogue Industries. It was custom made at the time, but they're now in production. They had a lot of demand for those. That was $1,400. The AFN bull bar on front. That AFN bull bar is $1,595. The labour for install on that was $375. My winch, which is a carbon winch, 9,500 pound winch, that was $990 with $250 to install. Lockers, front and rear lockers, $3,160 installed by ARB. With the air compressor which powers those, and I use for inflation of the tyres. Compressor was $545 with all of the accessories with that, and the labour to install is $330. My Tough Dog return to centre steering damper, which is, I don't know if we'll see it, but right up in under here, there it is. So that one is $215. I've got a UHF GME radio installed under the dash. That's $499, and this twin pack aerial, so I've got this aerial and a larger one for if I go outback, that's another $390. And the labour to install all of that was $265. Again, I'm not great with all the electrics. I've got a handheld UHF as well for if I'm spotting someone, so I can jump out and be on the radio outside the car as well. That was $90 for that. The breather kit, so I've got a breather kit installed for the diffs and the winch and the gearbox and transfer case, something like that. Anyway, the breather kit is a 5-port, that is $360. So I've got an EFS suspension, 2-inch lift. That was $1,255. The labour to install that was $500. I've got a chassis brace kit, it's $285. The panhard rod extension bracket for the rear was $225. And the wheels and tyres, which I've got 30-inch hand-cooked mud terrains on there on 15 by 7-inch wheels. Now, the wheels were $1,045 there from Dirty Life, from the Oz Jimny page. And the tyres were $1,120. Then you've got another $200 to fit and balance those. Rock sliders from Zook Off-Road Australia, they were $925. And I've got a front recovery point down the bottom. I'll just put on one of those here. So my front recovery point, that was from New Zealand Jimny, and that is $194. Radius arm guards, so I've got all 4 radius arm guards on. We got them as a group buy off the Suzuki Facebook page. So they were $235. I've got some rear defogger guards on, which I know a lot of you will know those. You can probably see them through there on the back. The rear defogger guards, they were $60. I have a Hike-It throttle controller. Now, it doesn't give the car more power, it just makes the accelerator pedal a little more responsive, but I actually prefer it for off-road, so I'll use that in economy mode, so it's a lot less responsive when I'm off-road, and that way the throttle's not so touchy, and you have just a little bit more control when you're sort of rock crawling and whatnot. So that throttle controller, that was $212. 3D floor mats. I have some rubber 3D floor mats I got from Japan. They are amazing, so much better than the Suzuki rubber floor mats. $270 for those. Various storage containers like the dash storage and the center console storage, all that kind of stuff. Another $60. I had the gyroscopic drink holders, the ones that move around as you drive so that you don't spill your drinks. They're pretty cool. They were $70. And then neoprene seat covers on all of the seats. The back seats are down at the moment, but you can see the front ones. They're pretty cool. They're a beautiful fit. They were $400 for the front and the rear. Weather shields and bonnet protector, a couple of $100 for those. Full darkest legal window tint, another $400. For off-roading, I have an air jack, so an exhaust jack. It's a 4-ton exhaust jack. You literally just hook it onto your exhaust as the car's running and it lifts your car up to 70 centimeters in the air. It's pretty cool, especially for mud or sand where it's harder to use a normal jack or a high lift jack. That was $230. All my bits of recovery gear, that's another $350. I have a tow bar set up. So the wiring harness and the tow bar, that was $660, which I'm going to change that. I want to get a Wild Dog steel rear bar to replace the plastic bumper, and it'll have its own tow point, so I'll finally be able to get rid of that Suzuki tow kit. And my rear table, which is, again, I know lots of people wanting me to make a video on this. I'll just show you that one. So that rear table, I made that myself. All the bits and pieces on that. Well, there's quite a bit on that, but just for the materials and to do a basic set on that, you'd be looking at about $150. Obviously, with the Leatherman knives and bits and pieces, they cost a little bit more than that, but just to make up that table, I reckon $150 you could do a pretty good setup. So that's it. That's all of the accessories. I may have missed a couple, but that's pretty much everything that makes up my Jimny. Gives you a bit of an idea on what I've spent to be able to do that. It's a pretty capable little rig off-road, and it's pretty well set up for, you know, some nights away and some good four-wheel driving. So I hope everyone's happy with that, and any questions, please comment below. See ya. The last thing I want to quickly come on and talk about is what's next for the Jimny. I've got two exciting projects coming up which I cannot wait for. The first one is reduction gears. It looks like Sumo is pretty close to finalising development of some reduction gears for the JB74s. So I'm very, very excited to hopefully be getting hold of them pretty soon. They'll be going straight in as soon as I can. And the last thing I did touch on briefly before was a steel rear bar from Wild Dog. That's available on the Oz Jimny website. I definitely want to get hold of one of them pretty soon as well. I've just been hanging out for these reduction gears, saving some money for those. Like I say, as soon as I can, I'll be getting those on, and then the steel rear bar. And I know it's famous last words, but I think that'll just about be it. I'm sure I'll find some other things, but that's kind of the main things I want to do. All right, see you guys.